Chris here on the Al Gore Binks channel this morning. We've got a beautiful, beautiful morning. We're up before the dew today. We had a heck of a moon. It is the 25th of March, Saturday, 2023, and we had, I think that was Jupiter over the moon last night. We had a nice smiley moon coming up in the west. Did my camera, but didn't get the tripod out, so the picture didn't come out super good. I've seen some nice ones though. I've seen my buddy down in Suriago. They got a real nice picture of it. So it's hard to hold the camera steady unless you got a tripod. With all the paraphernalia I got to dig through to get it set up, I didn't do it. But we had yesterday was able to talk to the doc. He sounded really good, upbeat. Kids got to say howdy. Little mama got to talk to him a little bit. And I was right. He's positive. There's no doubt about it. So he says he's on his way up. So that's real good that he's on the mend. Haven't heard anything from Gary yet, but hope he's doing well. But watching these dang talking heads losing their mind over the ex-president on the TV. Guys send me some a couple guys sent me some excerpts of the news channels, and it just makes me laugh. But the one that really made me laugh more than anything else, there was these 5 tranny dudes, black guys, all gussied up. One of them had little baby heads on the dress. So that was pretty wild. But they were talking about how whites appropriated their culture or something like that. I'm looking at this and I'm going, you're appropriating the women. This is a major dig for these guys on women, if you ask me. It's a major dig, guys, because they're saying you're not good enough to do nothing. You're not even good enough to win Miss America. They're going into their sports. It's not fair, guys. Plain and simple. But if you look at a lot of these, I was looking at a lot of these sports things. There's a site on there called Transphobia. You look at a lot of these Hollyweirds and stuff, and a lot of these athletes, they're inverted. They're definitely in the UFC. I don't care what you say. When you start seeing them big blocky shoulders and them narrow hips, that's not a chick, guys. Adonis belts on them. And the sad thing is, some of the famous stars that young guys used to have pinups on in their bedrooms and stuff were dudes, like Victoria's Secret. I'll have to put that on the end here. But it made me laugh about that one thing about the 5 women, supposedly women. They're really something. We got a little Floki with us this morning, walking. My little one I left, but Floki's bouncing around. He gets out of their fence. He gets right out of their fence every morning. Walks right into your feet. He doesn't know how to walk yet. Shaky last night, I took her for a walk I had to take her with the leash, the way she started running off. And I hate to do that with a dog, but I can't have her running off. She got off into that grass over there and got a big cut under her armpit from all the crap they just throw in there. It's a garbage dump, and it's a shame. But she got cut pretty good. I had to put some stuff on it, and it's on the mend. But it's taken a while, so I got to keep her out of that stuff. But, like I say, man, this is beautiful temperature. I'm just a little bit cool. It's not neutral. It's just a little bit cool. Come on, little puppy. Come here. Come here, Floki. Floki, come here. Come here. Come here, Floki. Come on. Come on. All right, there's our neighbors going early. We're gonna. Hopefully, we'll be getting a trip coming up here. I'm just kind of kind of watching things because the deal with the computer got me messed up. I was thinking of just cruising over to the mall, not to buy anything, just to go look at prices on them. I got the specs of what I want. I did a ton of research on on all this stuff to get what I need, and then went on YouTube, and there's a lot of channels on there that'll help you out with the specs, because I need, I want something for the editing software. And of course my buddy's been telling me, yeah, you don't need this, but you should have this. It's going to make things faster and easier. And he said you need the speed. You don't want the thing. Just even talking about the drive. He was saying when you're doing editing, he started out with a HDD drive, and he said, yeah, it's got to go find it and pick it. And he goes, it just lags. And he said when he switched over to a SSD drive, he said it was, just a second here, a second there, but he goes, it sped it up, the overall process. Because he said when he's doing some editing, he'll be there 8 hours, doing this stuff. So I want to start out with a good system, so that I don't. And plus, I like the brand we selected because it's upgradable. You can. It's got like a motherboard. Some of these laptops I've seen, you can't upgrade them. It's like built into the system. I also looked at a lot of them. They have plastic chassis. Nah. Now this thing won't get traveled around too much. I've had them before, and I had them in a really good case. So that's important, to take good care of them. But the last one though, I got to make sure the kids don't destroy it. And, that's just like the phone and laptop. We took a big hit on that kind of stuff with the kids. And the sad thing was, it was Dorothy. She's usually pretty good about that. But it's just the way it goes. It's just, when you got kids, that happens. And people make mistakes, and I don't think she'll be doing that any time again soon. I remember years ago there was a fella threw a switch and caused a lot of damage, and they wanted to fire him and all that. Not me. Made him, just say, you do the switches. He won't be making that again soon. That's a learning thing. Even though it was a bad thing, it's a learning thing. And I believe that's the way to go. If you fired everybody for a mistake, you'd have nobody working. Everybody makes mistakes. Now, if a guy tries to hide his mistake, yeah, he's down the road kicking stones. If you do something, you fess up to it and say, hey, I screwed up. But these ones who try to hide it, you got to get rid of them. But we're just taking a short one this one, because Floki got through the fence. Houdini. I said they should change his name to Houdini. He climbs. Little guy. But I hope he works out for them. When they put him in the house, they just put him in the cage. Now our little guy, he did pee on the floor, but he's right in my feet. He peed on the floor, but he didn't get up and let him out. He wanted to go, and he couldn't. The little pups don't hold it very long, so you just tell him no. He understands no really good. He's working on sit. He comes when you call him, which is a real nice thing. I love that. So Granny will be getting a nice dog down the road here. So, but it is. I'm telling you, I can't believe how nice the weather is. I was talking on my last video about the moon, and the weird thing is, I don't know if you can see good over there, but we've had it come up over there. Okay, in the evening. And last night it came up over there. That's west over there, and east over there, because that's where the sun comes up. But I don't remember that when I was young. Always seemed to come up in the same spot and follow a similar track. But and I've never, when I was in the States, I actually had a buddy. I told him, we got the moon here, it's Smiley Moon. It's smiling. No, he didn't believe it. I took pictures and he Photoshop. He kept telling me, no, it doesn't happen, just because he never seen it. But we had a crescent moon when it came up over on this side over here the one night. It was right up in the sky above there, and it was a regular crescent moon. I said, oh, okay, there we go. But when it came up last night, it was smiley. If it would have had 2 more stars up above, it would have been a smiley face. That would have been kind of neat. That would have been really cool. So, but Doc, hey, glad you're on the mend. Doc watches a lot of the videos. I get a lot of folks. Comment on them, guys, if you can. On this one, we'll try to get this one going up. I might not do too much. Try to keep a low profile on the rickshaw one. It's just, it amazes me. It amazes me that somebody is, just got to get me. They don't know me, I don't think, but they got to get me. It's just ridiculous. And I don't understand why people higher up, don't look at this stuff. And you can't complain no more. There's nothing you can do to get a hold of anybody, but why do they keep if it was an issue, okay, I'd sit back and say, okay, yeah, gotcha, I gotcha. Okay, I won't do that again. Sorry, I'm a bad boy. But there wasn't anything on there. Nothing. Well, we got to take our little baby boy. Look at him, patiently waiting. You want to come out? Come on. Come on, Boomer. We'll get him out a little bit. It's a shame. I can't walk in certain areas because it's just going to be these dang dogs barking. Why don't they go out and stop the dog? Down here, these dogs down here, this has been going on since I've been here. They never stop. And like the big black dog up on the street, he's just always going to bark, But if you pet him up like that, it's like Boner. We were walking last night. Maddie, Moon, and I, they were actually driving their little cars, and we were petting Boner. He's stinky. Poor thing's probably never had a bath. He was covered in fleas, and I was like, oh, poor baby. It's a shame. He's really hardly ever been off the chain, except I think they did take him for a rabies shot, and but that's just his life. And if you look at his, we go by there a lot of times and bring water. If it's real hot, we'll take a walk up there and bring a water jug and fill his jug because it's bone dry. We went up the one day, I brought it was like a 2-liter bottle, and I poured half the bottle into his bowl, and he drank it all, every bit of it. And I poured the rest of it in there, and he drank almost half of that. Poor thing, who knows how long he went without something to drink. And I just can't understand, if you're going to get a dog and do that to him, don't get a damn dog. But I've seen it in the States too. I knew I was going to look at a coon dog, and this guy had a bunch of coon dogs, and he had a cow gut pile in the middle, and the boxes pushed around that. And I said, is that what? And it was gut pile. It still had poop in it. And I said, is that what you feed him? He's like, yeah. And then I was like, damn. And I said, do they eat it? He says, oh yeah. He says, when I get a new dog in here, it usually takes them 3 or 4 days, but when they get hungry enough, they'll eat it. And it was all rotted and full of maggots and stuff. That was one guy. Another guy that I seen, I went to look at a blue tick hound. I wound up taking him, and he was beautiful. He had a beautiful coat on him, nice and blocky, just what I was looking for. And I bought him, got a good price on him. Well, that guy, all he fed them dogs was bread. He'd buy those sheets of cheap bread from the bakery. He'd give them half a loaf in the morning, half at night. And this dog, when I got it, it ran out of power within an hour or so. It just couldn't hunt no more. And we put it on good dog food, but throughout its life, it got problems with its legs. It would get to where it would pull up like a horse, like lame. And I don't get that. We've got this little one on pedigree in here, and it's the rice formula. There is 2 formulas here, because I looked at the guy's bags. There's one that's full of the wheat and all that kind of stuff, and then there's a different colored bag. I forget the colors, but it's like pink or blue on the pedigree, on the little flyer thing on the label. And it's rice, so I don't mind giving them that. And we do give them a little bit of stuff, like little pieces of chicken, little pieces of beef, stuff like that when he's eating. Same with Shaky when she was pregnant with them. Not going to do it all the time, but we do it from time to time. Plus I have some good vitamins. We got a vitamin. They like it. You just squirt some on their food and they suck it up. This little guy, he eats a cup 3 times a day. And just gone. He eats it up. But he's afraid of them cats because these damn cats get in there and they'll start attacking him, and he just backs away, and then they go and eat. So I wish I could do something to get rid of them, you know, without having to shoot them. I don't have anything to shoot them with anyway. But damn, I hate these things. So I started feeding them. I have to feed them inside now, but they're getting to be real bastards because if we leave the windows open now they come into the house and walk, you know, they think they own the place. So I'm just tired of it, you know, all these damn animals around here. And they do holler about my dog getting loose, which is rare, which is very, very rare. And then we can usually call her back. Now, the other day when she ran off, I wasn't too happy about that. So I'm walking her with the leash now. I'm not letting her out. But any dog that seems to run around, we get accused of it. Hey, your dog's running loose. You know, and one person took a picture. And it wasn't even our dog. That's not our dog. You know, that's your dog. Okay, yeah. And I get pictures around here of dogs running loose. I don't know who they belong to, you know. Now, I can understand if a dog gets away every now and again. But when you see them running around daily, you know, all day, none of them are nasty, though. I've seen some different ones running around, and I've walked up and down through here, and they don't bother you. There's a big calico dark brown one that's running around now, a big male. He's good size. He's got to go about 65 pounds. And but he's friendly. You know, he's not a mean dog or anything, but he's been running around here quite a bit lately. So that's the way she goes. But the dew's starting to come. When I walked out first thing, you can feel the moisture settling on me right now, but these windows when I walked out, I should have showed it to you, were clear, but look at them now. They're starting to get a little bit wet here. That's how it is. It's right before the sun comes up. It gets wet. The tricycle's starting to get a little bit wet. So I'm going to go ahead and let her go. Don't forget to keep our friend, the doc, and our man down in north of Dumagetti, Gary, and keep them in your prayers, guys. They sure do need it. So, and pray for everybody. That's just a thing to do. And bless you all. And this is Rick Shaw out.